You're watching the Self-Determination Channel.
Welcome to Just Ask, a video series about being different, being brave, and being you.
Join us for curiosity and connection as self-advocates and community leaders connect through conversation and self-discovery.
Participants are following and acting on advice from Justice Sonia Sotomayor, author of Just Ask.
My name is Cindy Bentley. I'm an advocate in relationship to Nancy. I'm her boss.
Hi, my name is Nancy Kapinski. I am a community member and I work for Cindy Bentley at People First Wisconsin. So Cindy, I know you're really active. How are you involved in your community?
I'm involved with my church. I'm involved with Special Olympics. I'm involved with the Havarine program.
Now, the Havarine program, that's the one that's at Jewish Community Center, and it helps adults with disabilities do a bunch of different activities and cool stuff in the community, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Now, at the church, you do a lot of volunteering, don't you?
Yeah, and I work in our Sunday school room every Sundays with 3- and 4-year-olds.
Those little kids love you.
Yeah. Yeah, they call me Mrs. Bentley, and when they're mad at me, they say I'm not their mother. So there we go. When I tell them they can't jump off the tables and that, that's the little boys.
They're pretty active.
Oh, they're very active.
Afterwards.
Oh, God, those little boys keep me going. I call them the Wiggles, because they do not sit still. I love it. It's my highlight of my Sundays.
Well, you also mentioned that you're involved with Special Olympics and a bunch of different sports.
Oh, yeah. I'm
And
in
you
a
watch
lot of
big news, don't you?
Yeah, I just made the Special Olympic national game for volleyball. So I'm going to be more busier. Lots of camps and a lot of things going on.
Some polar plunging, maybe?
Yeah, the Boy Scouts are going to pull a plunge in my honor. And I suppose I might put my little body in there too. I'm thinking I'm going to do it.
I thought it was really neat the way you encourage them to get involved in the community, and how by the time you left that, you had a whole team of people who were going to do the polar plunge,
and
which is awesome.
And then signing they said, can you sign my scout book? So I signed it. So it's so cute. It's like, and I think I got them pretty motivated. So it was,
you definitely did. I think that you do a really good job with that.
Yeah.
You're what I would call a community connector. Why do you think it's important for people with disabilities to be active in the community?
It cuts down on behaviors. When you've got something to do or look forward to, you don't have time to feel depressed or behaviors. Everybody needs something to do every day. This makes you feel better in general.
Kids definitely love you.
Oh.
And I know that you love kids and
Love them.
You seem to get a lot of energy from being with youth.
Oh, yeah.
I know People First is just starting its first.
Oh, and I love that.
Chapter.
Yeah, that was really good. They fell in love with me too, so it was kind of good. I just have a thing of how I connect. I think because a lot of kids, adults don't take the time to listen to them all the time. And I like to listen and learn and spoil them at the same time. I don't know. I think there are people that need to be heard. I need to be heard, but they need to be heard even more because they're just learning about community.
And I think you've done a really good job talking a bit about your life with young people.
Yeah.
And some of the challenges that you face and how you've overcome them. Could you talk a little bit about some of those challenges?
I came from an institution, and what people, you're not going to amount to anything in your life. I'm amounted to a lot. I got my honorary doctors of letters from UW Milwaukee. I didn't even know that was happening. That was in May. I think I overcome being more social, but also I think I overcome a lot of fears. And for example, this morning I need some boxes moved from my basement. I would have had somebody else calling, but I called this morning and took care of it. Try to be more independent because I can do it. Well, I'm overcoming a lot of things that I didn't think I really could do. Well, like the train ride.
I was just going to say the train ride. That was a big one and recent, and it fits in with your shirt you're wearing today.
Yeah, so I had to go from Milwaukee on the Amtrak to Chicago. And somebody helped me on that end, and then I had to go to Bloomington, Illinois, so I had to get on another train. And I was scared to death, but the doctor coming from Milwaukee, they were really nice. And he said you were brave to do it. So I was happy.
Well, it was an important work you were doing down
Me and Ashley had to do a keynote on how people first started. I'm the first person with an intellectual disability as a director that actually gets paid to do this in Wisconsin. I need help, with the writing and that, but I can do a lot as a director.
Well, and I think you've done a lot as the executive director of People First to really help a lot of self-advocate leaders grow and develop skills and confidence. And now a lot of folks are serving on different boards and community organizations as a result of being involved with People First and some of the trainings with the Board for People with Developmental Disabilities. Is there any other advice you'd like to give to inspire others to pursue their dreams?
Just go for it. Somebody tells you you're not going to amount to anything, just prove them wrong. I love it when people say I can't do something. I'm just going to prove them I can do it. I said, how do you know what I can't do? You ain't seen me in action. So how do you know?
I've heard you speak in a lot of different situations and to a lot of different groups, kids, adults.
Yeah.
And I guess you often will end with some words of wisdom.
You matter and you're loved. That's what it's about. Everybody needs love in this world. And right now our world's in a little bit of a shambles. And I don't see a lot of love. But we do matter as people, whatever you're doing. And we're loved. Not only by our family or by our friends too, our church. Just be yourself and you will succeed in this world. It's not what's on the outside, it's what's in your heart. And that's what it's about. It's not what's on the outside. Who cares what's on the outside? It's what's in your heart. And sometimes we're our best teachers. We got to do some of the work ourselves, and we surprise ourselves. Have you gotten to know people with disabilities over the years?
Yeah, how have I gotten to know them?
Yeah.
Yeah, my journey getting to know people with disabilities started after I finished college, and I started volunteering with the community organization that did a lot of employment and residential services for folks. And then I went to work for them, and I was a job coach and job developer. And then I worked in a day program as well. I moved to Wisconsin in 1997, and I got a county case manager position or county service coordinator. But I worked on the community integration program, which is what they call like a legacy waiver, or the waivers, the home and community-based services waivers that first help people move out of institutions. Well, people like you. By the time I started working there, the county I worked for really had done a lot of work already moving people out. But some of the things I'm most proud of were helping some people move out of more of nursing home settings back into the community and helping them be involved. And that was very meaningful work for me. Then after that, I worked for a mom and pop day program. And then I became a parent of a child with a disability. I had a whole different new life perspective, I guess, on all of it, from that parent perspective that I didn't have before. Following that, I got involved with advocacy through partners in policymaking training. You and I were in the same partners class.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
we were.
So partners in policymaking is where people with disabilities and family members get training on advocacy and how the government works and how to build relationships with legislators and the history of the disability advocacy movement. A lot of really wonderful, powerful information. But even more so, I think the biggest thing I got out of it was friendships with people just with disabilities. A lot of times before that, I'd always been in the paid positions, right? Where I was a care manager or a job coach, but not so much like just a buddy and somebody where we call each other to just talk about our day. I really got a lot out of that. And then I was also a participant hired worker for my mom through the IRIS program, the self-directed support program here in Wisconsin. And that really took up a lot of my time and energy between taking care of my mom and my kids. And she passed away in 2020. And then in 2021, I came to work for you for People First Wisconsin. And that's been really wonderful. And I've met so many great advocates through that experience.
How can community members better support people with disabilities?
Yeah, I think that the community, first of all, needs to be able to have opportunities to meet people with disabilities. I think one of the things that you and I talk a lot about and that we worry a lot about is the increased use of institutions. And if there isn't funding for community services and people end up isolated and not being with their families or peers, how is it possible for them to make those life connections? I think the biggest thing is we need to protect those community services and programs and really make sure that people have opportunities. You know, my son, for instance, grew up having inclusive special education services. He was in regular ed classes with supports in those classes. And so he's got friends with and without disabilities, and he's got different community connections as a result. But all those friends and other kids who've gotten to know people with disabilities, they're not as nervous or fearful. I think how can community members better support? They can start by speaking up, talking to their legislators and making sure that they're hearing that these are important services, that people with disabilities are people, we're all equals in the world, and we need it. People need to be treated well, and they need community. They don't need charity, they need community.
What have you learned from time spent with people with disabilities?
I think that probably the biggest thing that I've learned over time, and a lot of it I've learned from you need to just ask people. You just need to ask. You know, if something comes up at work, you often will say, well, I just want you to ask me first. I am the director and I want to be involved, and people just need to ask me what my thoughts are, what my opinions are, how we should proceed, and be truly listened to.
You're such a great mother. You are a great mom, but you're also a great person to work with. What's in my heart is what I truly believe in you about what you do. You put the advocates first, and that's what it's always been. When I just think you're one of a kind that really cares. And I think maybe it's because you have a son with disabilities, you get it. A lot of parents won't speak up about their son and daughter. Nancy speaks up all the time about both of her kids. She lives this 24 hours a day. So we need people like you. You're very passionate.
But I think you're hitting on exactly what it's about, right? People have to be engaged. They have to be voting, showing up at the school board meetings, at the Joint Finance Committee meetings, getting to know their legislators, calling or leaving a message for their legislators. But the community members have to be involved, and it can't just land on the shoulders of people with disabilities and their families. It's too much. We're already spread too thin.
Amen.
And we need our community to step it up.
Thank you, Nancy. I love you.
Thank you, Cindy, for talking with me today.
Yeah.
I love you too.
There you go. And I really do. I'm a hugger, and I always say I love you. If you have any questions, just ask.
It's important to ask questions and learn about others' experiences instead of assuming their disability, because everyone's situation is different.
Guessing can lead to misunderstandings, can lead to stereotypes, or even unintentional harm. By asking and listening, we show respect, we build understanding, we create a more inclusive environment where people feel valued for who they are.
What did you think about today's conversation? Please share your comments below.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to give us a thumbs up if you liked this video. Please subscribe. We need your support to keep the channel going.